Thank you for staying with us on World Now. Governments around the world have begun to incorporate artificial intelligence in the workplace, with most countries already building the skills of millions of workers and AI with AI tools used in the recruitment processes. Similarly, reports from Harvard University state that today innovations around AI hiring technologies are resulting in even bigger changes to how job seekers approach the process, with most candidates deploying AI for optimizing their search and to make perfect their applications, including interview tactics. With generative AI, applicants have been found to produce CVs perfectly crafted cover letters and highly polished interview responses. While this development has been commended, experts are speaking about the long-term effect that the use of artificial intelligence can have on industries and the genuineness of job seekers. I'm joined by Olasunkanmi Lawal. He is a UK-based professional focused on building people-first AI tools to improve access to jobs and opportunities. Thank you for joining us on World Now.
Thank you for having me today.
Right, we see artificial intelligence has come to stay. It's been used in all sectors and various forms. But when it comes to job recruitment, how best should companies go about the use of AI?
When it comes to job recruitment, the best way to use AI is as a support tool and not a standalone decision maker. In the sense that we need to understand the fact that AI, as you said earlier, is here to stay. And AI is good when it comes to automating administrative tasks. So tasks like basically matching CVs to roles are things that AI is very, very good at. But then when it comes to making hiring decisions, that should be left for the human. So the AI takes care of the administrative and automating, of the application process. But when it comes to choosing the best and the most suitable candidate for the role, the human should be the one to make the decision. So AI is there to increase speed, reducing efficiency, while, we have the human support for making decisions that would help with the business.
While the job seekers are using artificial intelligence, also those employing them are also taking advantage of this. From this report by Harvard University, they have highlighted that the use of AI feels harder now for job seekers. Talk to us about this. How possible is this?
Well, the thing about it is that we have the tools currently in the market, and there are a lot of tools out there. But then these tools basically don't give clarity. What do I mean by that? Initially, before the advent of AI, when you apply for jobs and you don't get the job, you could pick up your phone, send an email to the recruiter, and ask questions like, why have I not been able to get this job? Then they'll give you detailed and personalized feedback. But now in the day of today, everything moves very fast. And as a result of that, people don't get personalized feedback anymore. So when people are applying for a job, they don't know the reason why they are not scaling through the first stage. So for instance, in the recent graduate that's been applying for multiple, jobs and has been trying to secure a job, is not passing through the first stage, not because they are not good enough, but because probably their skill is not, fine-tuned in a way that speaks directly to the job criteria. What do I mean by that? Applying for a IT project management and a construction project management position are two different things. They require two different skill sets, two different types of certification, irrespective of the fact that they both have the same job title. So the tools are there, should be used to support people to be able to translate their current experience in a way that matches the requirement of the job role, not just to be used blindly.
So you're an AI expert. Help the job seekers. What are the things that they're missing when trying to get jobs in terms of using artificial intelligence? What are the keywords that should be used that you think recruiters will want to be looking forward to?
Okay, I would share a personalized experience here. Recently, sometimes last year, I have a friend secure a job, and he's been applying to thousands of jobs. It might sound very, very funny, but these days, applicants apply to hundreds and thousands of jobs just before they can secure an interview. And he's been doing the same thing, and he has been not been getting positive response. So what we did was that I was able to make him understand the fact that he needs to understand the system first of all to be able to scale. So in the recruiter aspect, what they use the AI for is that because they are receiving thousands of jobs application, a human recruiter basically does not have the time to be able to efficiently do their job by going through each, CVs. So what AI should be used for is to make your current role or your current CV match the job description that is being advertised. So the certain keyword that the system is screening should be in your CV. That is the way in which AI should be used. And for the recruiter also, the recruiter should also ensure that you just don't basically focus just on CV alone when it comes to recruitment. Because these days it's like these recruiters are using AI, then the candidates are also using AI. And in that situation, we have people that are not qualified for jobs getting a job. So we should be having things like scenario-based questions, questions that test their depth, and also they should be like the physical interviews where you can understand if the person in question is actually a culture fit for the organization.
So let's talk about how much of AI should be used in, job recruitment when you put it side by side with human knowledge. At what point exactly, when using artificial intelligence, should you stop and perhaps use the human knowledge, both in the recruitment process and for those who are, attending interviews?
Okay, for people basically applying for jobs, AI should be a support tool. Now, a lot of people are not good at writing. So AI is supposed to restructure the way you write. Sorry,
Sorry about that.
in a way whereby it suits, the position you're applying for. So it is supposed to bring clarity, to the job process. You
Okay.
shouldn't use AI to invent experience. Those are basically, you falsifying document and things like that, which shouldn't be done. So you should use it to prepare for interviews, understand the company you're applying for, understand their culture, understand the job role, understand what is expected of you. You should use it to match your current experience into transferable skills to the roles in which you're applying for. You should also use it to write better. And also when it comes to the aspect of the recruiter, AI should be used for administrative purposes only. You cannot, basically outsource hiring to AI because AI basically doesn't understand human context. What do I mean by human context? For instance, a nursing mother might take a career gap, to take care of a child, or probably someone might basically take a career gap for their mental health status, and AI basically would filter them out of the system. These are things that a human will be able to understand. Oh, a nursing mother needs, to take a career gap, no, to take care of a child or things like that. But then she's probably still the most suitable person for the job role. So if we allow AI to handle the administrative task part of recruitment, while the human basically, handle the decision making,
Okay.
then we would have a very, very good system.
And this brings me to my next question about, reports of inequality in the workplace using artificial intelligence. There's been reports that perhaps the use of artificial intelligence now leads to job losses. How can AI be used, positively to reduce this inequality that we see and also reduce job losses?
Okay, the problem here is not AI. The problem is the system.
Okay.
Now, what do I mean by that? When you look at, there are certain biases that operate in workplaces, especially if you're working in like, multi-international organizations. There are biases like age, gender, accent, education level, and things like that. But then when building AI tools, the people building AI tools should build it to be inclusive and diverse. How do they do this? By having a diverse data. By the time they have a diverse data to test the tools that they are building, that way they will be able to, ensure that things like inequality are being eradicated. So again, it is the system itself that needs to be taken care of, not the AI or its usage.
And one of the reasons, people move from place to place is to get jobs, to add value to their chosen sectors. With the use of AI in companies, what would you say is the future of work really for migrants and earlier career professionals?
Okay, first of all, for the use of AI, I usually have this funny statement, especially when it comes to the software development world, where people tell you, oh, you could use AI to code. AI is going to replace software engineers. But guess what? What are the people that maintain the codes that this AI writes? Popular companies basically that have been, at the forefront of AI software development continuously posts jobs recruiting software engineers. So AI is supposed to be there just to improve efficiency, not to replace job seekers. And when it comes to migrants, AI is also very, very good for migrants in the sense that it would be able to translate their skills from what is known in their locality to what is expected in the industry or in the country that they are looking at to move into. But before the advent of AI, the way different industries and different countries operate are literally alien to most people. But with the help of AI, you could understand the way things are being done in those countries, and your CV can be aligned in a way whereby it is accepted in those countries. And you would also be able to identify the certain qualification that you need to put you in a better position as a migrant to land the role. A good example is ICANN. So if you in Nigeria, for instance, you're an accountant and you have ICANN, without the advent of AI, you probably might not notice the skill gap. Okay. So if you are coming to the UK, for instance, you need ACCA. So you literally write your final exam for that. But before the advent of AI, and without a career coach, human career coach that you probably have to pay, a good amount of money for, you probably wouldn't know these things.
That's a fine place to leave it for now. Thank you for talking to us at this time. Olasunkanmi Lawal, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And that's it on World Now. For more updates on the stories we're monitoring, you can visit the website on